Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Magda Comp course from Computer Science. Today, I came to talk on the sixth chapter of the emerging technology. As usual, what we have seen in the previous chapters, starting from chapter 1 to chapter 5. That means, especially in the fifth chapter, we have seen the augmented reality. This augmented reality uh, concept is especially when the user is allowed to use the computer overlay or computer generated content on this world. So actually augmented reality means some additional computer features are added on the real world existing pictures or videos. So in the again chapter 5 or in the augmented reality we have seen the augmented reality definition, the virtual reality definition, and the mixed reality or the hybrid reality definitions, and then also their differences. Then we have said that the virtual reality is a fully immersive. Fully immersive, that means what the user is completely considered as he or she is in different world apart from this world. So most of the time we are using the head-mounted display to see or to check the virtual reality. So when we are using this virtual reality, we cannot control our sense organs. We cannot control our sense organs completely. We are out of this real world. Then the augmented reality is the second one. We have said that this augmented reality is some digital content of the computer is added to the real world, but we can sense or we can understand as we are here, and then we are not fully immersed in the augmented reality. We can control ourselves, and then we can, but additionally see something upon the real world. Additionally, we can use the Google Glass or headset, uh, like the glasses, like the transparent glasses. And then the third one is the mixed or hybrid reality. Actually, this mixed or hybrid reality is a combination of the augmented reality and the virtual reality. And then we have seen also some architectures of this augmented reality and the virtual reality, especially in the visual unit of seeing the virtual reality. We have seen the visualization technologies as video see-through and then optical switch-throughs, and then the application areas. Lastly, the application areas of the augmented reality, where we can use the augmented reality, are the main points which we have seen in the last chapter or in the last video. So today I'm going to tell you about the ethics and the professionalism of emerging technologies. Okay, then the technology and the ethics can be defined here. Actually, the technology is the use of some modified or updated mechanism to use or to implement some different thing in this world, which is unique or which is updated one. But when we are coming to the ethics, both the privacy of the ethics and then the technologies can be considered by the using of this technology, or you can say the internet. So internet has created the new concern about the privacy, and then it has been hampered by the spam and the virus, especially. So when we are using this or talking about the technology and ethics, it is better to talk about the privacy. That means what in the terms of any type of problems like spam or like viruses. So when we are using this technology or using internet, this type of problems or this type of concepts should be considered, or you should take care about these types of the privacies while using the internet, because we are globally or internationally communicating with some others, and then there is a complexity of communications or the disturbance of the communication. So the complexity of this communication can create some problems or the lack of the accessing some things. So positively there is good use of this information or technology, and then also the negative method or negatively we can maybe affected from using this technology. So that means what? This technology or internet may be served to promote the user, or it can restrict the human right also. So that means there is what the pros and the consequence or cons of the using of the internet. So when we are using this information, we are living in the society or information society should foster the use of emerging technologies in such a way that to minimize the benefits that they provide while minimizing their harms. Well, so when we define the term ethics, it is a set of moral principles. It might be the theory or it might be the system of the moral values. So we can say set of moral principles, theories, or the system of the moral values is called as the ethics. So it is particularly important for the accountancy profession, the Cont'd profession, which call for the professional ethics based on 5 principles. Especially when we are talking about this ethics, we should consider the basic principles of this ethics, or 5 principles of this ethics. Then the first principle is the integrity. This is the integrity. That means what? The quality of being honest or honestness. The second one is objectivity. The third one is competence and then due care. That means what? Competing with the others and then taking care for the others not to be affected. Then the other one is the confidentiality. Especially it is a very important thing, because to do something or to say something, confidentiality is very important one. Then the last one is professional behavior. So when we are doing something, then our behavior or our profession or what we are doing should looks like what we are. Because if we are a teacher, and then the professional of the teacher should act as a teacher. If we are a doctor, then our professional should be act as the doctor work. So this behavior or our behavior should act or should be similar with our what? Our profession. Okay, what are the general ethical principles? The general ethical principle, the first one is contribute to society and to human well-being. That means what? You are contributing something, and then in addition to this one, acknowledging that all peoples are stakeholders in the computing. That means what? Giving the opportunity or chance to all peoples to be participated in the computing process. The second one is avoiding harm. That means what? It's normally not to be affected or not to affect the other. As much as possible, the ethical principle should be fulfilled if we are what? Avoiding the harm. The third is be honest and trustworthy. Actually, it is obvious. The fourth one is be fair and then take action for not to discriminate. That means what? Not to undermine or discriminate the others. Being fair, that means telling something or clearly or transparency or making something fair, and then the action we are taking always should not discriminate the others or undermine the others. Fifth, respect the work required to produce new ideas, inventions, creative works, and computing artifacts. That means what? When somebody is bringing some new idea or working some invention or creating something like creating an unusual things or giving unusual ideas for the group or for us, and then we are always respecting that person or the idea or the work of that person. That means what? You should not ignore or we should not undermine the work of that person. You should promote him or her while bringing the idea or creating some mentions. It is the promotion or the moral value of that person. The sixth one is respect privacy. That means the ownership of that person. If somebody creates something, then that is the ownership of that one, and then that is his privacy. This type of privacy might be the oral privacy, the information privacy, different type of privacies might be, but we should respect for the privacy of that person. The last one is honor the confidentiality. That means you should not ignore or you should not make that person shame. That means making or giving is a power or motivating that person, or in another way giving some respect for the confidentiality of that person. The professional responsibilities. Actually, we have seen the general responsibilities, but what is a professional responsibility? The first one is to strive to achieve high quality in both processes and products of the professional work. That means bringing the high quality in both process and products. When we are doing as a professional person, as I've said it before, like doctor or teacher or any work, any type of work, a driver, whatever. So when we are doing that one, always we should be eager or strive to achieve high quality, high product, and then high processes. That is the best thing. The second one is maintain high standard of professional competence, conduct ethical practice. That means we should have highly motivate the standards of professional competence, because when you are going from out of work or out of the home, we are competing or we are working with the local workers or global workers, so you should compete with that one. So having high standard of the professional competence should be fulfilled. If we are not competing with the others, if we are not enough to compete with the others, then we are not standardized. We should be undermined. So this type of maintaining high standard of professional competence is the best thing. The third one is know and respect existing rules and then pertaining to perform work. That means there is the rule and regulation of organization. For example, if we are hired in one organization, then there should be what? The rule and then the regulations which we should always respect. So respecting the rule. For example, if you are a worker, you should enter to office at 8:30, for example, AM morning, and then do this one, not to do this one, and then like that. That is the rule of the organization or institution. So you should respect and then even pertain that professional work. The fourth one is accept and provide appropriate professional review. Accept and then provide. There are different professional reviews. Then when they are coming, you should accept as it is without ignoring, and then provide the appropriate review for that one. The fifth one is give comprehensive and thorough evaluations of computer system and their impacts, like for example analyzing of the possible risks. When we are getting something from the computer system or getting some result, and then we should always give analysis upon that one, giving analysis upon that one, because there are different risks. So the possible risks should be identified and then checked. The sixth one is perform work only in the area of competence. That means what? When you are competing with the others by only talking or by only making some unimportant thing, you cannot make as a competent person. So our competence should be what? Focus upon the work only. Work only. By working, by doing, by practicing, by performing, we can be compete with the others. So there should be only the work and then the work to compete with the others. The seventh one is foster public awareness and understanding of computing related technologies and their consequences. Because promoting the public awareness, giving awareness for the people or the public whom we are serving, and then understanding the computing, like different technologies, and then what are the consequences after this one. Then this professional person has this type of responsibility to foster or to promote the public awareness or giving some awareness for that. For example, if some problem may be happening in the area of one location, and then if we are the doctor or the medical person, and then we should aware, like for example influenza is coming or malaria is coming in this area, and then if they are controlling some area, then this type of professional people should go to the organization or the people and then give the awareness, take care of this type of problem, and then this type of problems are coming or covering this area, and then take any medication or whatever, vaccination or whatever. So this type of fostering or awareness are what the professional responsibility. This should be expected from that person. The eighth one is accepting computing and communication resources only when authorized or when compelled by the public good. That means computing, always you should assess the computing or use the computing, and then there should be the communication resources only when authorized. Unauthorized person cannot use or perform that one in the public good. The ninth one is design and implement the systems that are robustly and usably secure. That is, of course, lastly, when we are doing this one, you should make the design for that one and then create implementation without any problem, and then we should make that one secure or put in the secure way. So these all are the professional responsibilities. Any responsibility, any professional person, as I've said before, any professional person should fulfill when he is or she is working in any organization. Thank you. The other one is the professional leadership principles. When somebody is a leader or being as a leader, so what rules and regulations should be respected as a leadership principle? First one is ensure that the public good is a central concern during all the professional computing research work, because always we should ensure the public good is a central concern instead of selfish, instead of benefiting some organization, some group or some person. I'm talking about the leadership, not the manager or not management. Leadership and management are different, or a leader and the managers are different. So if you are a leader, you should always concern on the benefits of the group, the benefit of the society or the public. That is why. And then the second one is articulate, encourage acceptance of and evaluate fulfillment of social responsibilities by the members of the organization or group. So this is the encouragement and then giving some articulation for the acceptance of the fulfillment of the social responsibilities, because encouraging all people or member of the work group should be fostered. Then the third one is manage personnel and resources to enhance the quality of working life. That is what, because always the personal or the personal values and the resources should be what enhanced as quality of working life. You should always manage them for them, because it is a public work, the public resource, and then the public resource is our resource, then the leader should accept and then manage this type of things. The first one is articulate and apply and support policies and processes that reflect the principles of the code. So for the organization whom we are leading, there should be giving some articulation or articulating something, applying that rule or policies, and then awareing to the society to do these rules and then respect that type of rule. The fifth, create opportunities for the members, obviously, because since we are leading, all of the members are must stakeholders, must be stakeholders. So in that case, the different opportunities should be given for each and every of the individual. The sixth, use care when modifying and then retiring systems, especially when we are using the computer or something. There should be the modification or updation, and then there should be retiring system. That means the obsolete system which is not working after. So when we are using this one, you should care of them. What are the problem, and then what should I modify, and then how I should modify. For example, using any that type of software on the computer or whatever. So when we are doing, we should not completely make the things complex for the users. So taking care for them is very important thing as a leader. The seventh one is recognize and take special care of the system that become integrated into the infrastructure of the society. Yeah, because we should accept or recognize, and then you should take special care for the system which can be integrated or combined into the infrastructure maybe. Okay, the other point is about the digital privacy. The digital privacy. What does it mean? Let you think it over. The digital privacy is the protection of personally identifiable, or it might be the business identifiable information that is controlled from the respondents through information collection activities or from other resources. So digital privacy is what? Protecting some personal or organizational identifiable information, which is identified. This is the personal information, or this is the personal resource, then not to be affected by the others is about the digital privacy. So when we are talking about this digital privacy, it is a collective of three sub related concepts or categories. This digital privacy came from information privacy, it came from communication privacy, or it came from individual privacies. So let's see each of them one by one. First one is information privacy. This information privacy is talking about, in the context of digital privacy, information privacy is the notion that individuals should have freedom or right to determine how their digital information, mainly that pertaining to personally identifiable information, is what? Collected and used. So that means what? The information privacy is what? It is a right or the freedom of the individual to determine how their digital information should be collected and then used. So I have a right as individual privacy, or as individual, or as information privacy personally. So I have a right, or I have a freedom to determine or to restrict how my digital informations are collected and then how it should be used, unless it is not. So actually every country has various laws that detect how information may be collected and then used. For example, especially in the journalism or in the journalists, when they are collecting some information of somebody or information of an organization, there should be the rule and then the regulations how to collect and then how to use, how to broadcast for the users. So there should be respected in the law. So that is why the information privacy is how our data or our information should be used and collected, and then how it should be used should be determined by the owner or by the individual person based on the rule and the regulations of that country. The second one is communication privacy. This communication privacy is again any person or any individual has a freedom or a right to communicate information digitally with expectation that their communications are secure. For example, when we are talking to somebody or when we are sending data or communicate with some other, we are expecting that the owner of this internet is securing our communication. Maybe you are using Telegram, you are using email, you are using emo, or using any social media or messenger. So, for example, when you want to communicate with your friend, when you're communicating with your friend, you are considering that what you are talking with your friend should be secured. The only people who knows what you are talking or writing or giving a message is you and then the receiver, or you and then your friend. So that is what the communication privacy. Actually, when we are talking this one, I don't mean that there is a problem. There is no problem of this one. There might be the problem interruption, different hackers or different pro organizations have problem to attack our communication or try to expose our communications based on the skill or knowledge they have upon the computer communication by using this internet or connection. So, however, that organization, for example, let's say to talk about the Facebook Messenger, let's say Facebook Messenger. So when we are talking with one friend, when I'm sending or receiving a message, then I'm considering that the organization of the owner of that organization, that for example Mark Zuckerberg is the owner of the Facebook, then he should secure my communication with the others. So I should consider that there is no any problem, there is no the way of exposing my communication with the others, unless it should be what it is very a problem. Okay, let's pass to the third. The third one is a communication privacy. Actually, we have seen in the as a second. So the third concept considers as the individual privacy. Again, this individual privacy is about the individual has a right to exist freely on the internet, in that they can choose what types of information they are exposed to, and then more importantly that unwanted information should not interrupt them. So as individual privacy, the person or the individual has the right to exist freely on the internet without any problem, not to be disturbed or not to be interrupted while using. That means what? Unwanted things should not disturb me. Haven't you seen sometimes when you are using YouTube or internet, then some pop-ups can come up on our screen and then install this one. This is a precious game. This is very important. Install this one. These ads or unimportant things can come to disturb us. But as a rule of this privacy or individual privacy, this type of problems should not be come to my page and then not to disturb me. That is when we are receiving something unwanted thing or unwanted ads or emails or spams, then these types of problems should not be exist on my screen or on my page. But sometimes it can happen. Okay, some digital privacy principles. What are actually digitally means using the computer, not manual. So digital privacy principles are there. The first one is data minimization. Minimizing the data, that means what increasing increasing the quality of the data when we are minimizing the data. So collect the minimal amount of information necessary from individuals and businesses contains consistent the with the department mission and the legal requirements. So when we are collecting, it is the mission and the vision of the department or the organization may be there, and then you should see the legal requirements. So the minimum amount of information should be what the necessary to collect from the other. So data minimization is this one. The second one is transparency. Especially, transparency means what? Notice covering the purpose of the collection and then use of the identifiable information. That means what? In the clear way, or in the clear manner, we should be transparent, clear, understandable for the others. You should respect or cover the in privacy of the others when necessary, and then maybe you can add or expose the others also. So if you are authorized to do this one, then you can expose, unless you should respect or cover the privacy of the other. This is called as the privacy. So privacy is not only exposing, also hiding or restricting for the sake of the individuals might be happen. The third one is accuracy, especially when we are collecting the data or information. Then we should take care of that one, or we should understand that we should respect or collect the accurate data. Then this type of data should be sufficiently accurate. It should be timely. It should be complete way. Then the fourth one is security. This security is especially when we are collecting data using or maintaining somebody's, then there should be safeguard or protection for that person. Okay, the other point is about the accountability and trust. Accountability and trust. So when we are using this emerging technology, then we are creating some important thing or getting some important thing, and then it might be some another non-important or some problems might be happen, like risks. So using technology has a problem and then also benefit in that way. Then when we are using this one, we should always understand and then mitigate or avoid them when it is not important for us. It is not important. And then the other thing is often legal and the regulatory framework is haven't kept pace with the digital, because always the digital transformation and organizations are what? Seeking the guideline for use. Then emerging technology can provide improved accuracy, better quality, and then cost efficiency for the businesses in every sector. And then the accountability and the trust can enhance the trust in the organization's operation and the financial processes, which is crucial or important for sustainable success. And then especially when we are using this one, there might be the opposite or the paradox. That means what? Very solution that can be used to better manage risk, that increase what? The transparency and build the confidence of themselves when source of the new risks are available, which may be not noticed or which is unnoticed thing. Okay, then the other one is the threats and then the challenges or the problems and the challenges which can be affected or happening in the using of the emerging technology. So emerging technologies are already the impacting how we live and then how we work, because when we are working or living in somewhere, then we are impacting upon these emerging technologies. So they are also changing how we approach, how we plan something, the same as how we integrate the security operations. So some Emerging technology impacts might be, for example, counter-terrorism and then law enforcement, and then real-time horizon scanning, and then automated cybersecurity and information insurance, then enhanced surveillance, like for example, biotechnic or different sensors, and then simulation and augmented reality technologies for training modeling. Then safety and security requirements are also the challenges or risks, for example, not to be affected by bullets or bomb, whatever. And then advanced uh, forensic enabled by enhancing computing capabilities, and then uh, situational awarenesses by using especially GPS for different problems like a disaster or earthquake or whatever. That means forecasting something and then giving awareness for the others. And then biometric, the uniqueness of somebody. That means measurement of somebody's uniqueness. And then robotic policies. That means uh, giving different rules and regulations on the robots and then only following that one. Okay, these are the threats. The new and emerging technologies pose significant opportunities for the business if they utilize them well. That is important for that. But unless if we are not utilizing well, there is what? There is a risk or the problem on using this one. So that leads the society as a whole into the problem. Then some of the risks in emerging technologies are like driverless car, that means a car which has no any driver, and then wearable technologies like a Google Glass or Fitbit, and then other wearable things which can be claimed as the injury on the person or personal problem. Then drones. The drones is also the risk because there is a problem. There is no any driver in that drone, and then that drone maybe fail or then do some problem upon the organizations in a case because it is man-made something failure may be happen, and then there is Internet of Things problem. Internet of Things. Thank you for having time with me or watching this video, and then if you have a question we can ask as a comment under a comment, and then if you like this one you can like and then subscribe for that one. Thank you. Bye bye.